Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. What about you?
I am doing fantastically. Thank you for asking. So today, Alexia, what are we talking about?
We are continuing explaining what we were doing last week, right? With the conference, the business conference, and now specifically about the masterminds.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy for me to think about. A lot of times, most of my friends and family, they think, oh, what does Foster do? I think he does like podcasting and online tutoring. And a lot of times when I'm thinking about what we do, I'm like, yeah, we do podcasting and everything's always out of control. And it's like, nope, we went to a business conference.
It felt so good. I even got a blazer, brand new blazer for me. I felt really good about it after the first day.
Okay, so yesterday we talked about Alexia was super anxious and just suffering from a lot of anticipation anxiety, but she got out of her comfort zone and spoke English a lot. So today we want to talk about how that experience was.
Yeah. So trying to make a point from the last episode, because you asked me like, why were you so why were you so nervous, right?
Yeah. Normally your first intuition is correct.
Yeah.
So when you start saying why were you normally your first intuition, go with your intuition.
So when you think about it, like if I was going to explain everything in Portuguese, it would be so much easier because I have ways of like enrolar, you know? And
Yeah.
how do you say that in English when you wanna?
We have a wonderful phrase that's a little bit complicated, but you could say to beat around the bush.
What?
To beat around the bush.
To beat around the bush. Oh my God.
To beat around the bush means you're not really talking about the direct subject that is right in front of you. So, for example, if you say, hey, Foster, why haven't you taken out the trash? And I'm like, oh, hey, Alexia, what are we doing for dinner tonight? I think before we do the trash, we should think about our...
Yeah.
That's enrolar, beat around the bush. There is definitely a more simple way to say that.
I hope so.
But I think that's a cool phrase that everyone should learn.
Yeah. So in Portuguese, of course, we people who are listening to me right now, we can try to make ourselves understandable, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And in English, it was a whole different situation. So these masterminds, they were divided from the organizer.
Okay. Can we just take a quick breath? Do you want to explain what a mastermind is? I imagine most of...
But that's what I'm starting to do.
Okay. So what's a mastermind?
The group?
In general, this is not just a thing from this business conference.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, I don't know. Go ahead.
You do know. You just spent 2 days participating in them. So a mastermind is a relatively new business term. I'm not sure exactly where it originated, but it's just a group of people that you can talk to and you share your difficulties and challenges and problems about your business, and people can listen to you. They give you advice, and then they also do the same thing. You help them. The idea is to have a group of people with similar goals that can really hold you accountable and help you on your journey.
Yes. Perfect, Foster.
Thanks. Yeah. Not my first mastermind.
Yeah, so Foster was already having his mastermind, his official mastermind from this business group for 2 or 3 months now, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Every 15 days, they get together in front of a computer and they talk about.
Yeah, I would say it's online. Because if you say they get together in front of a computer,
Oh, sorry.
it
It's
sounds
online.
like I'm standing with 4 other people and there's just a computer in front of us.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a group of 4 or 5 people, right? More or less.
Yeah, it can be any group of people. Yeah.
Yeah. And for this business conference, they divided the groups and they put me, of course, in a different group than Foster. And I was with a really, really cool people. One was very intimidating, but the rest, they were like super, extremely like us.
Okay, so take me through the situation. They divide us into groups. You sit down. You were at a table with 4 to 6 people that you've never met before.
Mine was with 7.
And what happens?
Happens that the people who already have been doing masterminds,
Yeah, or who have done masterminds before.
yes, they started so they could leave me and the other girl more comfortable and do it in the middle of it. So a guy started. He was extremely like practical.
Practical?
He presented his project, what he was doing,
Mm-hmm.
what he was going to do, and his main challenge for now. And then he would like, what do you guys think about it? What should I do? And then it when the conversation starts, right? Like when you start giving advices and exchange ideas, what he could do.
Yeah. So it's like group counseling, group therapy. Just one recommendation, Alexia? Recommendation, no. This is a correction. We do not say giving advices. Advice is not plural. We don't, very good advices I received.
Okay.
This is just something our students always say, like, thank you so much for the advices. We just say advice. If you want to make it plural, you could say piece of advice or pieces of advice.
Just like bread.
Advice is just like bread.
Pieces of bread and not breads and not advices, pieces of advice.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially it's like a counseling session. People say, hey, this is what I do and this is what I'm working on right now. And I really don't know where to go next. What do you guys think?
Yeah. But the thing for me is what it was like I was so completely under English, right? Because everyone there
Under English.
Yeah, most of them were Americans, but in my group there was a British lady, which English native speaker, and a girl from, I think, Estonia. How do I say Estonia?
Estonia.
Yeah, Estonia. And even my notes were all in English. I wasn't even thinking about anything in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Which I only realized after when we got to our Airbnb. And I was looking at my notes and I'm like, yeah, this really happened. Like my mind was completely turned to English and I didn't even notice. I didn't even miss Portuguese at all.
Yeah. I think that is one of the best experiences you can have, and why I'm a big fan of like intense, immersive experiences, especially with language learning. So you don't have an option. Your brain just says, no more Portuguese. I have no opportunity to directly translate. This guy is in front of me asking me questions, and it's all in English.
Yeah, and of course, there were some words that I couldn't pronounce it. There were some expressions that I was looking for in my head that of course, I would like being able to be more clarify.
To be more clear.
To be more clear.
You could say, I would like to have clarified more. But
yeah, but even in the middle of my not a talk, right? In the middle of my turn,
Right.
I was like, I don't know how to say this word, but it's tarara tarara. And they were like, it's tarara tarara. It was perfect. So,
You don't remember the word?
no, sorry. No, it will come to me after, but after 4 days, non-stop English. Every time that we went back to the Airbnb, I was exhausted, but extremely proud of me,
Extremely proud of myself.
of myself.
Yes, I am also extremely proud of you every day, but especially proud of you for really getting out of your comfort zone and doing this. At the end of the day, would you recommend masterminds to other people? Not just in business, but you can have like a fitness mastermind, just an
Yeah.
accountability group.
Yeah. Because I think that the problem with our world nowadays,
Okay, everyone, let's just stop for a second.
what?
Alexia said the problem with our world nowadays. Let's hear what she has to say.
Is the lack of communication.
That's the secret to all the world's problems.
No, amor, you understood. Don't you start with that.
I agree with you.
No.
I think it's a big problem.
Yes.
That's just a big statement to the problem with our world today.
Our generation, if I could say as well, is a lack of communication. So the more people you communicate and show and expose and be vulnerable about your business, about your life, about your goals, is even better.
Yeah, there's something special about sitting in a small group with other people and just being real, talking about real shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I think when Foster says things like real shit, that's a good time to end the episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I recommend that you find a group of people doing similar things that you do that can help you and make sure that you are motivated and healthy and happy.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bye.